usual, I'm T.
I'm P. No, I'm Sue.
Hi, my name is Mary.
This is Mary.
Quite kind. Hey guys, listen. We had an excited episode today, so we are going to be a little silly today. Is that all right?
Listen.
And so what are we talking about today, T?
Grandma says.
What?
Some of the things that your grandma said.
Listen now. I had three grandmas.
Now wait. We gonna warn you right now.
Ooh.
Some of these things that grandmom said, and y'all know because y'all got them kind of grandmoms. We're not gonna sit here and all act like we had church mothers because even them ones was funny.
Some of our grandmas are straight Medea.
They was Medea. And we thank God for Tyler Perry and Medea. Yes, we do. But listen. Everybody had a Medea.
I will not
Everybody had a grandmom.
I will not laugh.
And she's lying.
I will not laugh.
Let's get into this.
All right. I'm gonna end with this gun story.
Yes, that is superb. Y'all wait for this. Y'all better tune in. Stay all the way through. Just to get to this foil, okay?
So I'm not throwing my grandma under the bus because she would literally throw me under the bus.
You gonna have to throw
two of my three grandmas have passed away. So let's start with the demure, sweet grandmas. So my lovely grandma Esther, she was my dad's.
She put her name out there. Lord.
You're not supposed to put no names on it.
She's not supposed to put the name on it.
She's going to glory.
God bless you,
grandma. My beautiful grandma. She was a bishop's wife. She had 4 daughters and 9 granddaughters, and she taught us all a lot of the same things about what a lady was supposed to do. She had a list. So a lady always carries a purse.
Indeed.
I cannot say I've complied with that 100%, but
what's that count?
No.
What about a wallet?
Crossbody? That's a purse.
A crossbody. Listen, the older I've gotten, a crossbody has become amazing.
But she definitely
still carries suitcases. God bless you.
My grandma always wore pantyhose. Like, even in her house, like, in the summertime, even if she wore pantyhose on the beach. She wore pantyhose on the beach.
Can I ask
Grandma wore pantyhose on the beach. I will not laugh.
Were they the pantyhose, right? Because, you know, there's house pantyhose and there's outside pantyhose. The house pantyhose, they the old pantyhose, but they didn't turn into the ones that grandma tied into on the knot. Don't y'all act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Is that where she stole her money?
That's all I'm gonna say.
I heard it.
Get into it. Y'all know grandma wasn't playing.
All I know is when you go to the corner store, what color are you about to get?
Puff of smoke. What did you get? You better not come back in there with no all black stockings because we not all black. You get puff of smoke.
I will not laugh.
If your grandma ain't get puff of smoke stockings, she was the real grandma.
And they better be share. Don't you come in there with the day share ones. They better be ultra share.
Ultra share.
And you better get queen size.
You know? Queen size.
It didn't matter how skinny she was or how big she was.
It better be queen size.
Fits all.
I know I'm a queen.
Queen size fits all.
Queen size fits all. That's a word. Y'all better go on. Listen, I'm doing it. Listen, hit me up next week for your t-shirts. Queen size fits all. Y'all bet. That's going to go somewhere. Y'all watch that.
You got to wear queen size. Oh, Lord.
What was the other thing grandmom said?
Come on, Revelation.
Grandmom said you better wear a girdle.
Oh.
I'm so sick and tired of these girls.
I was only 6 years old.
I'm sick and tired of these people jiggling and carrying on. And what's that new fabric they got out now that everybody, they swear gonna make everybody skinny, but it does absolutely nothing for you.
Spandex?
It's really spandex, but they calling it that, what's that?
The Shaper Mint.
The Shaper Mint.
Everybody jiggling their belly.
And it's these tight dresses that y'all trying to walk around in that they call. It's not working, honey. Go on and get your girdle, baby.
Grandma said about that.
Grandma said get your girdle. Now, we've been blessed.
She fast.
We've been blessed. She's fast if she ain't got on no girdle.
Yeah.
That's what the Holy Spirit told grandma. Listen.
Jiggling down the street.
Don't nobody want no Jezebel jiggling down the street.
Oh, you was a Jezebel. You can wear a stud earring.
That's what she said.
Jezebel. Oh, Lord. Yes. Don't wear an earring like this.
And don't wear red lipstick.
Don't wear red lipstick. That's
and God forbid.
I don't know. My grandma always called me a heifer. Was that a good thing?
Don't wear no.
You still a heifer.
You know,
listen.
They be like, "What's your nickname?" I'm like, "Heifer."
Listen, you know what? We gotta be delivered. We gotta be delivered.
Oh anyway. Yeah, I had the cussing grandma. See, they had the saved grandma.
No, I had cussing.
She got saved later. She did.
I had one saved grandma and one cussing cussing grandma.
But my grandma cussed in church.
I had the cussing grandma. I had the one who
it was part of her testimony.
And then I had the non-cussing grandma. I had the whole spectrum.
Yeah, my grandma's cussing was part of her testimony.
I need to hear grandma cussing testimony. I just need to hear this.
Go ahead, let's hear it. She cussed in her testimony. Let's hear how.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise Him.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Yeah, when she started chuckling, you know she about to say something she ain't got no business saying. It was, yeah, I was praying last night, and I went to the bingo, and I hit.
Yes.
And I got the money, and I said, I know when I get to church, they're going to want my money. I ain't giving them nothing. She's like, but then God told me to give.
That's all right. She gave.
So I did.
She tithed on her bingo.
Because I said, I don't know what the hell they doing with this money.
But she tithed on her bingo. That's all that matters. Let her cuss. Say what she need to say.
Oh,
the Lord understood.
And she played that long Tory.
See? But it's all right.
Like, Grandma, did you say my birthday? She'd be like, no, girl, they don't never come out. Hurt my little feelings.
Now, one more thing Grandma said. Don't be mad at me. Grandma says you ought to wear a slip.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you better.
We are tired of seeing through your dress.
No, I can see through them jeans.
And those jeans.
That denim skirt.
Listen,
but Grandma, you can't see. Yes, I put a slip on.
Listen, first of all, the skirt was to the ground, sweeping the floors of Jesus. Why do I need a slip if the skirt is long enough? You can see. Don't you tempt the man. Don't you tempt not.
And you better not put an anklet on it.
This is why you gonna wear a slip. Listen, I've been a victim. On it. Have y'all ever been a victim of the slip hanging longer than your skirt?
Oh, mine's done fell down.
Mine's fell in the choir stand.
Or somebody you ain't have a slip on and your auntie that was 3 sizes bigger than you
won't let you use hers. What I'm doing with that? You got it tied all the way up here.
I promise you, that's how I learned to sew.
It's in here somewhere, all the way up here.
That's real.
Hold on. Y'all don't know how many times I had the Ursher. In my all white. And I literally had on a long slip just pulled up to here.
Oh,
listen.
Pulled up.
You just gonna tie it like a halter.
Tucked under your strap.
Pretty much.
Tie like a halter.
Because they would give me a slip that was not working. I just had to put it up, kind of tuck it in, tuck it under.
Did you have to wear the Ursher shoes?
I had the white Ursher.
With the ones that I always accidentally forgot one.
Yeah. That one.
I had the white Ursher kids.
I had to wear my kids.
What else Grandma said?
My tree tones.
My
white Reeboks.
Grandma said, now this is practical. Grandma said, always have a little something in the kitchen you can cook in case people come by.
That's good.
So my grandmother.
Grandma said, ain't nobody should be coming to your house unannounced.
My grandpa was
don't open the door.
Bishop, and people would not because they knew there was food there. And she made, when Grandpa was alive, she made 3 meats a night. And other side.
Yes, she did. That's real.
My grandmother, that's real. But my grandmother fed Andre Crouch too, so he came to the house. So she always had something to throw together, and she said you can always find some stuff in the cabinet, throw together. A lot of the meals, if you ate at my grandmother's house, you might not have realized if you came over, she didn't know you was coming. She microwaved you the mac and cheese. You didn't even know that
from the freezer.
You thought it was baked. She would microwave it and bake it at the end. So you're welcome. She would microwave the noodles.
She would make it.
She would make the whole thing in a glass bowl. Let me tell you, this is a true story. Because I used to be in the kitchen with Grandma.
Now, before she go into this, don't be stealing Grandma's recipe and giving it somebody else credit. Y'all say when you make it in the microwave, because you non-cooking women gonna pull into this. Don't forget to put the seasoning in it. That's number one.
You still gotta follow
the same thing.
It's just a cooking shortcut.
Pop it in the microwave.
So Grandma
Grandma did it, all right?
So, you boil your noodles, or you can boil them in the microwave too. This is real good if you're in college. You boil them in the microwave too, because they'll cook fast. And then she put the cheese and everything else in there. She throw that around. She put that in there for like 5 to 7 minutes. And then she would just finish you off in the oven. So you had the baked goodness on the outside, but the inside was still cheese and cream. So you still had your cheese,
the best of everything.
Your milk. You better put a dash of pepper. Always put a dash of pepper.
Dash of pepper.
You need to do that for your mac and cheese. Oh yeah, because my grandmom had, like I said, she had 8 kids. She had 20 grandkids. And that was just, if that was all that was there. So a lot of times it was a lot more people.
It was everybody
but
else.
I learned a lot about just cooking. Like now I can just walk upstairs. There's 500 meals upstairs, but most people it's like they're like, I need a recipe. I'm like, I just need ingredients. We'll make something work.
Listen,
and that's very much thanks to Grandma. So that was definitely that was my.
I don't even know.
That was my saved grandma that was over. My super saved grandma.
I know what I'm doing. Just eat it.
Listen, and you know what? I'm all for having somebody else prepare the meals and all of that. But grandma said, buy the meat package.
You better go to the market and get the package. You pick the number.
You're going to get your smoked turkey. You're going to get your chicken wings.
You're going to get your turkey when you get home.
You're going to get some pork chops for those that eat pork.
Get you some
with a good gravy or some
get you some. And you come home, you separate that meat.
And season it.
And you good for a month.
You wash it, clean the meat. Clean the meat.
Clean it.
Wash the meat.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have to clean all parts of every chicken. Okay?
Season the meat. Put the meat in the bag.
Medium rare chicken. Stop with medium rare chicken.
The blood. Thing. Literally the blood.
Oh, Lord. Quite literally.
Listen. All right. Because all of us got that kind of grandma that told us, if you buy the meat, wash the meat, clean it. Because you can wash the meat, but not clean it. You got to dig in it. Get in there. Get the fatness out. Get the fatness of the land out. Get the skin out. Get under the skin.
Do some.
Season the meat.
Washing.
What? That's a whole nother show. Forgive us. Listen. Season the meat. Put the meat in the freezer bag. Put it in the freezer. I'm telling you, before you leave out to work in the morning, you take that bag out.
Put it in that crock pot.
You put it in the crock pot. Come on and bless them. Bless them. I got 2 crock pots. One cook fast, one cook slow. They both do it, but I like to do them at the same time. Mm-hmm. Listen, put the meat in the pot. Go to work. So when you get home from work,
to a home cooked meal.
The blessing and the
aroma.
The aroma. You're going to think grandma been at your house cooking all day while you was at work.
Day.
You better go on and season that meat, put it in the freezer when you first buy it.
Right into another episode we're going to do.
We're going to come back to that man catching cooking. Y'all look out for it.
Y'all be ready for it.
Anyway.
All right, so let's go with the middle grade grandma. What's some of the stuff?
A little spicy. Let's get spicy on
grandma.
That.
Spicy grandma?
Spicy grandma.
I can't see. God rest her soul, she going, but my grandma was she was a bit much. My grandma told me stuff like, you can't get your man, you take hers.
The blood. I
was like, grandma, I'm not doing that. I'm going to just sit over here in the corner. She's like, what? Nigga, that laugh again. You go ahead and be single then, baby.
My grandma said, you can get over a man by getting under another one. That's fine.
Oh, God bless us. See, this is the stuff. My grandma ain't say that.
See, I ain't listen to my grandma.
My grandma said, wasn't nothing open past 2 a.m. but bars and legs. That's what she told me. Wasn't no leaving the house to go see nobody pretty much after 10 o'clock. You could be 25 with 2 jobs.
My grandma took me to a Mighty Clouds of Joy concert to find a man. I was only 14.
Oh, the blood.
Who am I getting out of here, grandma? These old men.
Jesus, you ain't.
Can I interject what the grandpa says? Because my grandpa told me I wasn't going to get nobody because I was too big and I needed to change. He told people to change their perfume. That worked for one person. If she got a husband, everybody else.
She probably just got washed.
Yeah, and I was still cute enough to get a man. Thank the Lord. But yeah, he was convinced. He didn't know thick girls was in. That wasn't a thing.
Because thick girls just got in about the last 10 years.
No, thick girls has always been in.
But they usually be trying to get us after they had the skinny girl that can't cook.
They want the thick girl, but for the public, they had the skinny girl,
Until they
That's
got
probably
tired.
why my grandma was telling me to go get somebody else's men.
Till they got hungry, not tired. When they got hungry.
That's probably why I was always a thick girl, okay?
All my
like, baby, they don't want you,
let me interject
just take
here.
them anyway.
Let's say all my skinny sisters, I'm talking about my sisters, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all cook, y'all throws it down. I'm not even talking about you because y'all know. You skinny with a big girl heart. You go on and be great and cook that chicken.
Real good. Grandma wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, my grandma, same grandma. We my little grandma here. This grandma has passed. I loved her. I had a step grandma. This is Gwen. Gwen was spicy. She was saved.
She was the best.
She was the best.
No, the best. Like she was the drop your mouth grandma.
Yeah, So, me, my tender T self at the age of 16, I remember just being in the kitchen on Mother's Day washing dishes. And we were talking about, a young girl that we knew. She was on her 4th baby daddy at like 23. At 16, I was like, well, what is the 4th guy, walking up and thinking when this girl already got 3 baby daddies? And her immediate response, and she almost lost all her dishes, was, girl, Dick don't care about nothing but open legs. And my 16-year-old self, who had never heard my grandmother talk like that, and I didn't know I was old enough almost dropped all the dishes.
Congratulations.
She was going to have no dishes. It was no dishwasher situation.
That was, girl, keep your legs closed because this is the end result. That's what grandma said.
Dick don't care about them little legs.
I will not laugh.
You can laugh.
No, that one, I almost spit everything out.
I wasn't ready. It was on Mother's Day. It was on Mother's Day, 2004. I'll never forget. It was
on a serious
What has some of your grandma said? Drop the comments.
Please drop the comments.
I'm dying to hear.
Stay with us because we coming back after this. Y'all know how this go.
I'm sure y'all grandma
then said some stuff. We might have to do a part 2 to this and bring some people in on this.
All right, so the same middle grandma, I got one more because y'all. This is true stories, and maybe we can put the picture at the end.
Oh my!
Same grandma. So she lived in D.C. She got to meet Bill Clinton, and we have a picture of this.
I've seen the picture.
She meets Bill. Sitting president. She leans in and says, if I was Monica, the secret wouldn't have got out. That's what she said.
Wow, grandma, why?
What?
Yeah.
Our real thing. And
listen, she's a G.
I promise you.
And we have
nobody. Okay?
Listen, she said, I won't tell nobody. That's what grandma said.
The secret wouldn't have got out. I said,
that's my kind of girl.
Okay.
You know what? Strike that forevermore. Forevermore.
She was a mess. We definitely. So we had that. What was y'all didn't have like a. Well, she had her Satan cussing grandma.
God bless them. They were going a little early and stuff.
I think I just had a breadth of knowledge of my grandmas, and my mom's mom is still living. Last my grandparents, she's so sweet. She's very beautiful, and she's the business-minded one. And she had a very different interest in life than the other two. But she was one of the ones who started talking to me about investing. Honestly, my grandmother, she owned stock, a lot of different things, and she said, she was the one who said, you gotta make your money work for you. I remember, and she liked to cuss too. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But we went through a drive-through one time. Old people work with cash. They don't they like to have cash in their hand. So we went through a drive-through teller one time, and she had got quite a bit of money out. And I remember they were missing. She started counting her money, and it was off by like $50, because he got it in 50s. And I can't remember what bill she was going to go pay, but it was a couple $1,000s they were off by. So she started cussing in that car. I won't use all the words she used, but she used all the words. And so
let me take a crack at it.
We're gonna let your grandma know what my grandma said. So she gets back, and I said, well, grandma, how much money was it? She said, they shorted me $50. I said, oh, 50. I said, okay, well, that makes sense. Not like it was $5. She said, I don't care if it's 5 cents. Your money is your money, and you don't let anybody keep it that's not you. I learned a lesson that day, and she was 100% right. And I've done that with everything. It's my money. I don't care if it's $5 or 5
Give me my penny, okay?
I earned that money.
It say 99 cents.
My grandma, my dad's mother, she taught me. Jesus, God bless her soul. She's going to be with glory. And she made it. Listen, she made it. And that's a whole story in and of itself. But I'm not going to say nothing else about that. What I will say though is, a week or two before she passed, I seen her. And this is serious. It's actually not even funny. I was a little mean child. I was a mean teenager. Not because, but anyway, I just wasn't like who I am now. And I wasn't bubbly. I wasn't all of that. I was just mean. So she said to me that day, the last time I saw her, she said, listen, Priscilla, you got to work on your attitude. It sucks. What I want you to do is to pull yourself together. Not be mean. Like, you have a good life. You have this, you have that, or whatever. Don't be mean. You will lose a lot in your life if you go through life being mean, pushing people away, and not forgiving quickly, and not holding grudges. And she said, I did that. She said, our family is known for holding grudges and not letting stuff go. Interestingly enough, that it hit me what she said that day. So for me, I practice forgiving quickly, not holding on to things, not rerunning stories and things that people do. And I'm glad I'm like that, because a week later she passed away. Who knew she was going to pass away? But that one great nugget, that one day, really changed my entire life. I became a totally different person because of the nuggets that she dropped on me that made me become someone who understood the importance of loving somebody, forgiving them. being honest and upfront, but still loving them and forgiving them so that we can move forward in relationship. A lot of people, you can move forward in relationships, but she also said to me, everybody ain't your friend, and you need to know when to drop them off. So grandmom said that, and I had to drop some off, but that's all right because God is good, and those who are supposed to be there will be there.
Still there.
And it's still there.
I think my grandmas, with all my grandmothers, I was so grateful for all of them. Oh, Mildred did have a funny one. She said, when I got married, she said, don't let your husband's belly get too big. You don't want him squishing you when you're making love and things. It was straight up what she said. So
wow,
keep your man healthy. I mean, women
but not
are
too
the health
healthy.
advocate.
She said, feed them, but don't feed them. Grandma, I don't know what you want me to do.
You don't know what you want me to do. So feed them salmon, fish, and veggies. But
you gotta give them cake.
Well, yeah, you giving them cake, but you ain't giving them cake.
They sometimes both is good.
Anyway, so
you can use cake for. Never mind. Go on.
All my grandmas, they just have such different personalities, and I'm so grateful to have all three of them have an influence in who I am today. Because Lord knows I got some of each of them. Recently had a friend from middle school speak about just how kind I was to her in middle school and how that made a difference in her life. And I had no clue that it made that impact. And that's definitely something I got from the first grandma that I was talking about, who was just always a kind and gentle soul to everyone. I mean, sometimes people die and you got to make up stuff and say, no one could say anything unkind about my grandmother. And so many people, were just sad at her passing, and all they could say was like, she was so sweet, and that was just genuinely who she was. Even when she was upset, or when she wasn't happy with how things were going, she still found a way to be a kind-hearted person. And I'm very grateful I learned that from her. My mom's stepmom, Gwen, that I spoke about, she had a big heart. She took care of everyone.
It was funny.
And she did it in a way that she was blunt. She was spicy about it, but her love, you knew her love was real. And I'm glad that it's something I've taken from her, and I saw her do that, where she took in children that weren't naturally her own. She helped. This wasn't even blood to blood family.
That's my grandma. Don't you try to tell me that ain't my grandma, because I may have a whole problem.
And she took in, Scylla and her brothers for some time so her parents could have a break. She didn't know these people. That's the type of heart that she had. And, it's just something big that I definitely garnered from her. And then, my mom's mom is still here. Like I said, she had the
that makes some amazing strawberry cake. Don't you be deceived. If you see strawberry cake on a table that she made, you better get it.
She said she won't give me the recipe till she died. Otherwise, I'm going to visit her. That's what she told me.
How you going to get the recipe?
She said she wrote it down and it's in a box. And when she dies, I get the recipe. But you know that grandma's cookings don't happen from recipes and boxes.
They don't.
Side story. She said she was going to show me how to make it, and she claimed she forgot an ingredient at Walmart. She lives in Virginia in the middle of nowhere. She said, T, go to Walmart. I forgot to get the frozen strawberries. Don't y'all heifers know I came back and the cake was made? She was lying the whole time. She had all the ingredients in the house.
It wasn't your business to know.
And she had made the whole cake. But she told me she was about to show me how to make the strawberry cake.
Question. How far was the Walmart?
It was a half hour one way. By the time I came back, I went, and so I had to drive there, and I didn't know where I was because I'm in her area. I had to drive there, go into the Walmart, find this unnecessary ingredient,
I just want to tell you,
drive back, and I came back to a made cake, and I was mad as hell.
Grandma Mildred, thank you, because that's what I'm gonna do when I make my lemon pound cake. Because people trying to know, they don't need to know. They don't need to know.
So she taught me not only a lot of my cooking skills. She'd be very upset if I said my cooking skills didn't come from her. So my cooking skills came from her, but also just that whole financial piece. How do you invest? She owned multiple properties. She did a lot with not having a degree. She started off, as the oldest of, was it 9? Your grandma's oldest of 9. She was a living housemaid until she was 27. I mean, just all these different things in life. She did a lot for herself as a double divorced single mom. She really did a lot to make sure that, and she wasn't perfect at it, but she did a lot to make sure that she made a good name for herself, a good way for herself. And she owns her property, and she's had a lot of different things. And, it's just amazing. And she still looks great. She's in her 80s, and I had to dye my hair because if I don't dye my hair, people know how old she is. So y'all didn't hear me just say she was in her 80s, but
speaking of grandmoms, my great grandmother. So let me just be honest. I didn't know how old my dad's mom was because she would always dye her hair, and I couldn't understand it. It was jet black, always jet black. But then my great grandmother, she looked extremely young. Now my grandmom died before my great grandmother died, and we didn't know how old she was. I didn't realize that my grandmother was as old as she was until my great grandmom died, because my grandmother was dyeing her hair all this time. What is this? Like, what is it?
Well, that was my grandmother. You ever see my sister's hairstyle?
Yes.
Well, that's what my grandma looked like 24/7. 86, she was rocking her ponytail,
She
jet
better go
black,
ahead.
long, but she had naturally, she was Cherokee, so she had naturally long, whatever. But what I got from my grandmother, and I think it's sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. My grandma was one of those honest, upfront, tell you how she feel kind of people. So that's me. I'm extremely honest and open, and sometimes it can be, it's good, but it can be bad because everybody ain't honest with themselves. Okay.
I gotta tell y'all the gun story before we go. Oh, this same grandma. Okay, so this last story. First of all, they've heard the story.
I just heard this story.
So I'm telling y'all true stories.
Pray
right?
for me because I don't want to
This
lay
same
the whole time.
Wait. This same grandma also
before she
is
tell
the
the
one
story.
who said she told her future daughter-in-law the first time she met her, she was wearing a maxi skirt. She leaned in and said, honey, how you gonna get a quickie in a skirt that long? That's what she said the first time she met her. First time. She was just dating her son. So that was different.
Listen, there is a gun story that you guys are going to hear today, and you're going to appreciate it. But we will not take any responsibility for whatever you do with it. No. But before she tells that story, my grandma stole my husband. I know. She did. Don't listen. She did. My grandma, Mary Holloway, stole my husband. She saw it. And when it happened, it just was so fast. Like, she met my husband. She slipped in there. She did. And then she hugged him, but it wasn't that church motherly hug. You know, like the side hug that you get in church. She was like, now, and like fashion, my husband was like, hey, boo. I'm like, wait, something's going on here that's totally not right. So then I said, Grandma, why you all up on my man?
He might have loved her more.
He absolutely loved her more. He did. I think he still loves her more, and she's not even here. But that's all right. I'll take the residuals. You know, Grandma first. He said, hey, boo. She was like, how you doing? I said, Grandma, why you all up on my man? She said, because he's a man's man. Wait, with the shoulder? I said, Grandma, with the shoulder. With the shoulder. Grandma said, he's a man's man. So I'm looking at her like, oh, God, what is this about to be? She said, and honestly, my grandfather, her husband, my grandmother was the mother of 11 children. She raised 11 kids. Her second husband died when my mom was 5, and that was my mom's father. So she never remarried. She raised all 11 of these kids on my grandfather's railroad pension. She bought her house. She bought a house when they were not even selling houses to black women, but they sold her the house. The house is still in the family today. And she's going, the house is still in the family today, and it's paid off. My grandma bought that house and raised all 11 kids in a 3-bedroom house, kept them clean, together, loving the Lord, and fed really good with some drop biscuits, some potato salad. She make a mean fried fish, some wonderful
women. Learn how to make biscuits.
Now that the blood of Jesus, you do not have to know how to make a biscuit.
Yes, you do.
I can't make biscuits, but I can make peach cobbler.
She gonna learn how to make.
I can't make biscuits, and I have received
man catching cooking.
I have received my areas of greatness. Like I make a mean pot roast. I do a wonderful. I can make anything.
That pot roast needs to be accompanied with a drop biscuit.
I'll call you to make the biscuit. Okay. And I'm gonna make the pop. Anywho, Grandma stole my man.
She did.
And what I asked her was, why you like my man so much? Grandma, like, what's up with this? And she released it on that day. My mom had never heard it. I don't even know if my aunties, if y'all watching, even heard this. She said, because he remind me of your granddaddy. Now, I had never heard her talk about my grandfather. She said, he's a tall man. He's a large man. Chocolate, good teeth. She said, look at your husband's teeth. I said, Grandma, this still my husband.
Might not want to be
you may got to have good teeth.
Yeah. Oh, you come for mine. I'm coming for you. Don't play with me. Sorry, turn to something else. Forgive me. I love y'all. God bless you.
We're going to edit that out.
Anywho. Amen. But she started describing my grandfather, whom I've never heard her talk like this. So in her end days, like, it brought some light to her. And her and my husband, they carried on their little relationship, and I just sat there on the side and waited till she was gone. Now I got my husband back.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
But for those who need to stay away from other people's husbands, you listen to this. This is the last story, and we out of here.
All right, here we go.
Check my freezer. I'ma say
that. This is middle grandma here. We my grandfather was a cop. I'm sorry for telling the family secrets, but this is funny and
hilarious.
I'm telling this story third hand. My grandfather was a cop, and he lived in D.C. and they owned a house where they let people rent spaces. He had kind of split the house up into apartments, and we're talking. This is the 70s ish, yeah, pretty much the 70s. So there was the speculation of some naughty behavior, some funny business, some
co-mingling,
some co-minglings, some co-ed naked
goings
Bible
ons
study,
and things,
some happenings,
some co-ed naked Bible study between
rubbing and touching
between him and
not
woman
his wife,
who was not his wife. They lived in one of the apartments, and so my grandmother.
I hope this is not your grandma she's talking about though. In the other apartment, but.
It probably is. Your grandma. Check your grandma. Your grandma not a virgin. I know that. So anyway,
she said, "There, I said it. Your grandma ain't no virgin. Ask your mama."
You messing up the stuff.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I said
you said you wasn't gonna laugh, Mary.
That's why I passed out.
So they come home. She comes home one day and she's got a gun. And like I said, my grandfather was a cop, so there's guns in the house. She got a gun. And she's threatened. She says, "Okay." She said, "I'm gonna kill her, and I'm gonna kill you, and make it look like y'all killed each other." And he's like, "Don't do it, don't do it." And she said, "No." She said, "Y'all doing this in my house.
Time to go."
She said, "Y'all want to die, so I'm gonna take her, and I'm gonna take you." She said, y'all really be together.
Forever.
Don't do it.
Together.
Forever.
So the conversation continues. I say y'all nitty gritty. The conversation continues. The woman gets a chance to leave. My grandma tells her pack your stuff and leave my house.
See, because forgiveness was living.
That was nice. She let her leave.
So the woman goes to her apartment. She calls the police. But my grandfather is the police. Remember this. So the police come, and the lady's like, "She got a gun. She threatened to kill me." And at this point, it had been some time, and my grandmother was legally blind, and she comes in. She has a pot handle, like a black pot handle. She's like,
"You got to do what you got to do."
She said, they says, "Ma'am, did you have a gun?" She said, "A gun?" She said, "I didn't have a gun." And the lady's like, "There's a gun in the house." She said, "Well, of course there's a gun in the house. My husband's a cop. There's always a gun in the house."
Seriously.
There's a revolver. She had a gun.
Protect and serve.
She threatened me with a gun in the house. And she said, and they're looking at her like, "Man, well, the woman said you threatened her with a gun." She said, "Well, I mean, I had this pot handle, but I'm legally blind. They wouldn't want me to operate a gun. There's a gun somewhere. They said, "All right, man, well, do you mind if we check the house? Just to be sure to, follow." She said, "Sure, check the house."
Absolutely.
So they checking the house, and they checking under the cushions, and they tearing up the house, and they go through the house for a minute, and they don't find a gun. So, they said,
"No
"Well,
harm,
we
no
don't
foul."
find a gun. They said to the lady, "We suggest you go anyway." And they say, "Thank you for your time. Sorry for the problem."
Really shoot you.
But people, there was a gun.
There was always a gun.
Where? So the question is, the mystery hour tonight. Where was the gun?
Come on. You got a few seconds. Drop the answer. Come on.
We're going to give you 3 seconds.
We're going to give you a few seconds.
We're going to give you 30 more seconds.
Where was the gun?
Where was the gun? I mean...
Okay, nobody got the answer. The gun was in the freezer, wrapped
up like
foil, chicken, put under the meat. That's where you hid the gun.
Because Grandma was resourceful. Because you know why? Grandma didn't just buy hot dogs. She bought the meat package.
I keep aluminum foil.
Grandma bought the meat package. So she had meat in the freezer.
They wasn't
they didn't go back. So if you just buy the meat package,
get the package
and put it in the freezer, season it, clean it, season it, put it in the foil, in the freezer. Then you can hide your gun. Y'all gonna thank us for this later.
You're welcome.
And don't come messing with nobody else's husband because they're gonna go to the freezer.
Crazy grandma stuff.
This has been Grandma Says.
Yes. Grandma definitely
Grandma
said
said a
all
lot.
this.
God bless Grandma.
Stay tuned. We'll do our live in a minute. Feel free to
Coming
ask your
back
questions.
right
Coming
after this.
back.
Listen, we want to hear what your grandma
What did your
said.
grandma
Yes,
say?
so
I know we got
prepare
crazy
that
stories.
for our live.
We don't just want the funny stuff. We want the serious stuff.
What's the
Because
serious
listen,
stuff? We need that
those are the
grandma
things.
And sometimes Grandma says some things that are still with us,
Yes.
that has kept us and carried us through,
Yes.
honey.
And we
I
all
had a
need.
praying grandmother.
See,
Because I had.
And she know enough to call on the name.
We don't own the
see what
rights
I'm
to that
saying?
song.
We don't own. Listen, come on, hush.
Oh wait, you know what? My cousin,
Get out of here.
Sister's
Get out of here.
uncle,
Best friend.
Listen,
best
That's
friend
who
wrote
wrote
that one.
That's who wrote
best friend,
I'm gonna
baby
call him
daddy.
and tell him we just.
Anywho,
He knows all this.
Grandma said a lot. Grandma's prayers pulled us through. The things that she told us pulled us through. The lessons that we learned, the things that she wasn't even trying to teach us, but we caught wind of.
I mean, in
that's what pulled
hindsight,
us
we
through.
are because they were.
Amen.
Period. So look, check us out. We're gonna be on here live 15 minutes for 15 minutes. So tell us what your grandma said. Let's share this with each other. We need this. This is uplifting. This is blessing us. This is teaching us. Catch us next week on Coffee, Cornbread, and Tea. That's for topics. Bye.